Can works get us to heaven? Many people have been of the view that the work of their hands, their soul will be rewarded for it. In essence, the physical conduct determines the spiritual consequences. That our hands determines our soul. This constitutes a confusion to the promise of God. That is, that through Christ, no man will not be saved, if they believe and allow God to change their heart to how it should have been in the beginning. Works is not a part of this promise. There is nothing we could do to determine an eternal life with God our Creator. In fact, the work of our hands is what has brought us to this state of destruction we are currently in. Eve felt she had to do something to better herself, and as a fact, that something was in fact a detriment to her, and subsequent men as ourselves, that is the human race. Works cannot be a bargaining chip for eternal life. Good works is the term often used to describe the actions of a person, defined by a person, and certainly not defined by God. So in essence, I can do something I think is good and perfect, to get me to heaven, but in reality, in God's eyes, it is in fact an abomination. This is the problem we face with this type of belief, which involves steering in the guidance of self, forgetting that self is what has got us into this predicament of life. Many religions have been of this view, that self can get self into heaven. The same self that fell from the glory of God in Genesis chapter 3. A conflicting view to say the least. Or denial as a fact, that we have no control of our destiny if God is not in control. That is, if God does not take hold of us, we will 100% head for and railroad ourselves into destruction. This is the truth of this matter. Works is a denial state for religions, led by self, with the help of Satan, in utilizing this self-inauguration, that man has any good that can qualify being near the Creator who is holy and sinless. 50% of goodness does not pass this test, neither does 70%, or 80%. 100% is the pass mark, and there has never, and will never be a man, aside from Christ, who could pass this test, on this earth plane. The Lord loves us. He knows what we are able to do, and what we are not able. That is why He sent Christ to be the perfect sacrifice, for no other man would have passed that mark. 100% mark. Mark of perfection.